Yo, 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 what is good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of NBA to the Guys That Podcast, presented to you by DSM Media, as well as your host, myself, Slim Jones. You can follow me on X, that weak ass platform at Artura30111. You can follow the other hosts here at Scotty Drown. As you see by the title today, we got a major announcement that came to us yesterday. Cade Cunningham, unfortunately, has a collapsed lung and will be out for the foreseeable future. May come back before postseason, but we're going to dive into that. We're gonna be talking about how the Lakers been rolling. They've been firing on all cylinders as of late. My guy DeAndre Ayton been doing a little something down there in LA, man. but, yeah, we got a new little segment though. You know, as we get closer and closer to postseason, pretenders or contenders. Yeah, this should
Yeah.
be fun for sure. He did obviously top 10 power rankings. But before we dive into any of those great topics I just listed, my guy Scott, how you living today, brother?
I'm doing good. You got me laughing on the pod early, so that's always a good start. You got the jokes today. I see that weak ass. weak ass. You ain't lying though. X has changed, man. We're so disappointed in X and the algorithm and
Used to be
everything.
the shit, bro. Used to be the shit.
Used to be my favorite, man. A man of words. I love reading updates rather than watching videos. I'm that type of dude. So X was always my space, or Twitter, and here we are now. I have to adjust. We got to adjust, but we're doing it, man. Happy Friday to you. Yeah, D-Rab chiming in. X is my ex now. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I still catch myself getting on there and then I get off immediately because I'm like, what the fuck? What am I even looking at here? But happy Friday, brother. You mentioned it. We're getting closer to the playoffs, and I'm excited about that because we're gonna have some great playoff series. But how you doing, man? Happy Friday to you as well, Slim.
Happy Friday, brother. I can't complain. We're back at it again. Chopping it up about the league as a whole. Like you said, the postseason right around the corner. So obviously, some things to dive into, a lot of major topics to discuss. And we're gonna talk about it today. So I'm great, bro.
I'm glad to hear that. Sounds like D-Rab's having some fun too. I don't know. Happy Friday. But
Hey,
no, you hit the nail on the head, bro. Let's dive in early here. Let's dive in early with the power rankings
yes,
update.
sir. Let's dive into it, my brother. Let's get it. Kick it off for us, man. Kick it off.
Yeah, I want to start it a different way, bro. I want to ask you what sticks out to you here as you look at these updated power rankings this
Okay.
week.
I'm glad you asked me. What stuck out to me from your list to mine is that, bro, you don't have the Detroit Pistons on your list, bro. What's going on with that? I know K, you know what I'm saying, he gonna be out for a minute with the collapsed lung, but what we doing, bro? What we doing?
Yeah, and I'm sorry if that is disrespectful to the Detroit Pistons. Like if you're a Detroit fan, I'm sorry if you feel disrespected. That is just respect to Cade Cunningham. That's what that is. That is a level of respect to Cade Cunningham and all that he puts into that Detroit Pistons team. I brought it up to you the last couple times on this show. Cap, hey, to each your own. I brought it up to you a couple times on this show. The last few times we've been on here, man, I was concerned about Detroit and who can score the rock consistently, who can get their own bucket, who can play make for this Detroit team outside of Cade Cunningham. And I think now, to your point, and you still have them in your top 10 power rankings, and fair enough, we're going to find out who the next guy is that's going to do that job, or who they are that are going to do that job for the Detroit Pistons. But yeah, maybe Jalen Duren maybe he's that guy, man. I don't believe in Jalen Duren as a number one. I don't believe that you're going to be able to go to him consistently for the buckets. And I've seen his stats of late, but the competition's going to kick up a notch here soon. He's not going to be playing the Wizards, the Nets of the world. And I think they're gonna have to figure some things out. So yeah, I dropped Detroit out of my top 10 power rankings, man. I think that they're in a really good spot in the East right now with the record. They're number one. They're 4 games ahead of the Celtics right now, I believe. But how long is Cade going to be out? Is he going to be out through the first round of the playoffs? Is he going to be out? Is he going to be back before the play? Like, these are big question marks that have to be answered for Detroit. Because I'll even throw it a step further, bro. They get to the playoffs, right? And Cade Cunningham can't play in the first round. Are they beating an Orlando Magic team or a Miami Heat team? Are they beating a Charlotte Hornets team?
Definitely beating the Charlotte Hornets team.
I do not see where the scoring will come from. I guess guys like Karis LeVert, maybe you lean on him. Asar Thompson, maybe you can lean on him for playmaking. Tobias Harris.
This guy here, bro. We all know you still got love for Tobias.
But you tell me, man. You tell me, where are you at with the Detroit Pistons right now? Because you obviously believe in them a little bit more than me, or a lot more than me. You believe in Jalen Duren a little bit more than me, I would say. Where are you at with the Detroit Pistons?
I mean, you're right, bro. Like, if they were to play any of those teams you listed without Cade, then I don't see them beating them. Miami, definitely not Charlotte. Heck, even Atlanta. I don't see them beating them without Cade. But I still feel like when you look at teams on both of our lists, they more worried of being over a team like a Houston Rockets per se. I think that even the past 7 games, to be exact, when you look at the terror that Jalen Duren been on, my man has been balling. Like, I think he had like 3 30-point games in that stretch. He's been stepping it up offensively. So obviously, I agree with you. Like, we don't know what he can be as a number 1 option, but he's thriving in that second option role for sure. So I just want to give them guys some praise, as well as this a guy named Jenkins. He's been pretty solid too. And so I just think that regardless of with K playing or not, that they still should be, in the mix of like top 10 power rankings. But it's opinion based. Each list is to our own thinking. So
I can see the Rockets conversation specifically. I can see that because they haven't been playing great of late, and maybe I am giving them a little bit of benefit of doubt just with name value and who they have available in their lineup, right? Because they haven't played good basketball of late. They've lost to pretty much every good team that they've played in the last few weeks as well. And I think it's fair. And I think, even with the T-Wolves down at 10, it's like that was with Ant not being in the lineup in mind. And, maybe I'm penalizing them a little bit too much as well. That's something we'll iron out as we continue to do these power rankings as well, is like just figuring out what exactly goes into them each week. But no, I get it. I don't mean to be disrespectful to the Pistons. It's more just to kind of account for all that Cade Cunningham does for that team. Like, I look at their offense specifically, and what is he, like 90%, 85% of their offensive production?
95 for sure.
Right?
He generates a lot of offense, bro.
He's a great defender too. So there's going to be a lot of room, a lot of opportunity for some of those guys. I was telling you about it before the show started. I think Asar Thompson, can he show us something? Can he show us that he can do more with the ball in his hands, things like that? But no. Anything else stick out from your end, or was it really just the Pistons? Was that the one that was throwing you for a whirlwind?
On your list, yeah, them not making it. I think everything else is pretty much fair. Yeah, I don't have a problem with anything else.
Can I tell you something about the list? When I got past the Lakers, I started having trouble like deciding who to put where, because like a lot of these teams are in a very similar like tier for me. Like the Nuggets,
really,
the Rockets, the T-Wolves, the Cavs, they're all just like playing below. Let me take the T-Wolves out of that. I think the T-Wolves have been good, even with like the injury concerns, different things. The Rockets and the Nuggets have been underwhelming. Now, I know the Nuggets are figuring out a lot of their rotation situations with Aaron Gordon returning it to the lineup. They've had a lot of different guys return to the lineup lately. But the Cavs, like I feel like these teams should be better, and maybe I'm like giving them almost a pass for once again what I think they have in talent wise, but not necessarily what they're putting out on the court. So I ended up with the Hawks at my 6th spot.
That's fair.
On an 11-game win streak, but they're 38-31. You know what I mean? They're not even the 40 wins yet.
10-0 in their last 10. Gotta acknowledge that.
Yeah.
So,
how do you feel about the Hawks, though?
Shit, I feel good about it, man. 11-game streak. I think that's the most they won in over a decade. So it kind of lets you know where this team is heading there. Like Kuminga, he's been pretty good in his role over there. Jalen Johnson, obviously All-Star. CJ McCollum been pretty good as a vet. Just everything has been clicking for that team, man. Guys are just playing for one another, and it shows. Like you said, 11-game winning streak, and like I just mentioned, 10-0 in their last 10. So that kind of lets you know that they trend in the right direction for sure.
Yeah, no, and I brought this to your attention. Obviously, I got the Duke hat on, so I'm gonna do some Duke glazing here. But
of course,
Jalen Johnson, like, where does he rank, like, player wise, like just this season? Just this season, not taking in historic, like what we think of players going into the season. Just the production this year. Where does Jalen Johnson rank?
In terms of
like top 10, top 15, top 20, like what would you say?
Like any position or just specifically his position?
All players. Just all players.
I'd say top 25 for sure. I think he surpassed a lot of players specifically that play his position, if I'm being honest. I mean, you would just have a conversation with like him surpassing Paulo, if being honest, type of year he's had. Even a guy like Julius Randle, I put him over him.
Yeah.
There's only put it like better yet, the best way to put it, there's only a select few of players that I wouldn't put him over specifically his position, guys like KD, Giannis, those type of guys. But for the most part, man, he's climbing up the ranks, and it looks like he's only going to keep getting better and better every year. You've seen the trajectory last season before he got injured. I mean, you both said he should have been an all-star before he went down with injury.
Yeah.
And fast forward to this season, kind of the same story. He was able to actually make the all-star team. He was healthy. So, I got Jalen Johnson be like a top 20 player in the league for sure. He's a very skilled player, athletic. I mean, high IQ, averaging nearly 9 assists, get you rebounds, can defend. So, yeah.
Let me ask you this. Just in my mind, these two players just clicked as far as a comparison. Do you think that Jalen Johnson and Denny Advia are close in talent?
That's a great comparison. Yes.
I see their games are very similar to me. Just that do-it-all playmaker, 3-level scorer.
I think the only nod I give to both of those guys, I think Denny is a better scorer than Jalen, and I think Jalen is like a better glue guy than Denny. He can rebound better and facilitate better than Denny.
Yeah. I do agree with that, man. I do agree with that. We got some really, really talented, well-rounded players coming up right now, man. It's crazy because you even see it with like the rookies, right? Like a Cooper Flag, just like versatile, do-it-all type of player. You sent me a video of Connipple, just straight 7 minutes of him like scoring without the basketball.
Yeah.
Like it's insane to watch some of these younger guys and the talent levels they're at. But OKC, man. Like I swear I've made this graphic the last few weeks and have not changed their loss total the last 2 weeks, I think. Are they on like a 13 game win streak or some shit? Like they just don't lose.
And a 10-game winning streak. It's just
Is anybody really messing with OKC this year? We're going to get into contenders, pretenders later in the show, but is anybody really messing with OKC?
I don't see it, bro. Like, and it's not even like a SGA or a J-Dub or even a Chet. It's the depth, bro. Like, you got people like Jared McCain that can literally give you 15.
Hartenstein
can pop off. Caruso, Dort, Casey Wallace. We talking about guys
Yo.
like AJ Mitchell. Hey,
Yeah.
even the other Jalen Williams, the backup center.
He can hit the three. He'll mess around and hit 4 or 5 threes on you.
It seems like every time I watch this guy play against Denver, he tees off. Like he goes nuts.
I swear I've seen 2 of those games, bro, that you're talking about
like,
this season.
Yeah, like he be going off. Then you got people like Isaiah Joe, Aaron Wiggins. Like this team is loaded for sure, bro. And I think that's what separates them. That's what separates them the most out of any other team in the NBA is that typically when you go into the postseason, it's like this known thing of having like a playoff 8, like your starting lineup and then 3 guys coming off the bench. Yeah. That's not the case for OKC. Like they have like a playoff 18. Like they have 1 through 18 guys on that team that can literally make an impact on the floor and help them win.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. And they just got AJ Mitchell back, to your point earlier. Like he was huge for them to start the season. He looked like he was gonna like compete for 6th man of the year type shit. Yeah. And you get J-Dub back, you get it's a bit ridiculous what OKC has going on, man. San Antonio, they are right there.
For sure.
I like what Dylan Harper has been doing lately, especially. I feel like he's really stepped up for them. It's tough. It's tough with OKC.
I know he dealt with an injury though.
Who?
Dylan Harper.
Dylan Harper? Is that recent?
Yeah.
Damn. I
think it was like the other day.
Damn, hopefully it is not serious, bro. I'm not sure. But no, other than that, though, I mean, just looking at your power rankings, looking at mine, it looks like we have the same teams except the Rockets and the Pistons, to your point. So that was the only difference across the board. Just got a few teams mixed around. Denver Nuggets, I know I mentioned it earlier. Are they just not underwhelming? Are they underwhelming to you at all? Because, like, for me, I don't know. Maybe I'm expecting them to click too fast with some of their guys coming back. But I think they're 4-6 in their last 10. They lost 2 straight, I think, against the Lakers. Yeah. Maybe that was the Rockets, but
they lost to Memphis last night.
Oh man, they lost to Memphis. See, I didn't even see that one.
Yeah,
I don't understand it though. I don't understand.
But I'm gonna say this: like Denver, like on paper and in person, they have all the talent. They have literally everything you need to win a championship.
Yeah.
The only problem is that they can't get everybody to stay healthy. Like that's been their story the whole season. Aaron Gordon went out. Jokic was out for a point in time. Valanciunas, Peyton Watson was balling. He went out. Christian Brown. Like all those guys was out. They just cannot stay together, and that's kind of the problem. Like even when Peyton Watson come back, it's like you seen what he was able to do. He took advantage of the opportunity. He was balling. But how does he fit in now? Because that's not going to be his role on the team no more. To be like a guy to go out there and get you 20 every night. So that's their biggest thing, just being healthy.
He and Aaron Gordon kind of overlap. He and Cam Johnson probably overlap a little bit as well. So, yeah, to your point, it's a lot of moving pieces. You've had Bruce Brown in the mix a lot throughout the season, right? So they do have all the pieces. And I would say, like, to your point, when you look at the West, they are still right there. That's why they stay in our top 10 power rankings. Like, even with them playing a little below par right now, they are a team with veteran experience that you feel like they could just turn it on in the playoffs to an extent. So I can see that as well, man. But no, that's all I got for power rankings, brother. You got anything else?
Yeah, that's pretty much it on my end. Obviously, we'll talk about the Lakers, but
yeah, let's talk about the Lake Show, man. We got D-Rab in here. He said earlier it's the
Lakers year.
Where did I see that at? The Lakers year. It does. Hey, something does feel like it's clicking for the Lakers.
Mm-hmm. Luka Magic. And balling.
How you feeling about the Lakers, man? What are they doing right for you?
I think they just clicking at the right time. That's what it is. Like your guy DeAndre Ayton looked himself in the mirror and realized he was not him. I give him a lot of praise and credit for coming out and saying that. It take a lot of dignity and pride to say something like that. But speaking of a guy like Aiden, I gotta give him a lot of credit for real though. Like this
Yeah,
past week, he's been thriving in his role. Going back to last Saturday when they played Denver, he did a damn good job of defending Jokic, defending without fouling. And I watched the Houston matchup, the second game this past, I think was it Wednesday, and he was huge in that matchup as well. Just thriving in his role basically. And
yeah,
then I was at Luca leading the way, and Brian doing his thing. So yeah, it's clicking at the right time, bro. Like Luca, I don't know how true the rumors is with him going on with a divorce or things like that, but he has been going nuts, bro. He gave
I
Miami
agree.
60. He gave Miami 60 last night, and the night before they gave Houston 40, something like that. So over 100 points,
Yeah.
or exactly 100 points in 2 games on the back to back is just a testament to his work ethic and his greatness for sure. But no, man, they the third seed in the Western Conference, and like I said, they 9-1 their last 10, carrying on 8 game winning streak, and they just heating up at the right moment for sure.
Yeah, no, and I want to point this out because I pointed it out on a previous show in the opposite direction. They're on an 8-game win streak right now. LeBron has been back since March 12th, playing back in the lineup because they were on a win streak on our last show, and I was like, yeah, with LeBron out. Well,
Yeah,
they're
we
5
yeah we.
they're 5-0 since LeBron returns, so that mythified anything I was saying last week. So I'll go ahead and give LeBron the credit there. I think he's been great, and once again, talk about fitting into roles. I think LeBron understanding, and rightfully so, this is Luka's team now, right? And some nights Austin Reeves might be the second fiddle, and that's fine. Like LeBron doesn't have to be that 25 to 30 point scorer on a nightly basis. Just grab us 5 to 6, 5 to 7 rebounds, get 5 to 7 assists, and a cool 18 to 24 points is going to do the Lakers solid most nights. Yeah, I think they got a solid big three. I've always had like faith in JJ Redick as just a great basketball mind.
Absolutely.
I do think it's interesting how he's getting them to play defense and how he's getting everybody invested in that side of the ball as well. Because that's going to be a big thing come postseason. Like D-Rab is saying there with Luka, he's got to not just be a liability on defense, but the guys around him have to protect him as well. He's going to give you 30, 40 points a night. He's going to give you 8 to 12 assists a night. He's going to give you 8 to 10 rebounds a night. Protect him on the defensive end. Help him out a little bit, right? And give him that break to get back to what he needs to do offensively. Because one thing I do worry about with the Lakers, just when you talk about playoffs, LeBron a lot older, right? Pushing 40. Luka, we've seen him get exhausted throughout a postseason run in the past with the Mavericks. Maybe that's why they traded him, whatever. He looks like he's in great shape right now, to be fair to Luka. But that is my one worry, is that you just wear Luka, you wear LeBron down, whether it's the first round, the first 2 rounds, and then by the time they get to that tough matchup, they're going to be exhausted. But protect Luka on the defensive end, and who knows what the Lakers can really do here, man. Do you think that they have enough in guys like Rui Hachimura, LaRavia, right? Luke Kennard at the trade deadline. Do you think that they have enough in guys like that?
Yeah, for sure. Even a guy like Marcus Smart, I give him some credit too. He's been thriving in that starting role, going point of attack. Just, that guy's a former defense player of the year, and it shows this year. Like, he's a dog. To your point, Rui, I love the switching the rotation of bringing him off the bench because it gives you another score.
Yeah.
LaRavia kind of like iffy sometimes. His jumper goes, then it doesn't. But he's pretty good defensively. Vanderbilt, I think that may be the biggest question mark because defensively, we all know how good he can be. It's just that offensively, he doesn't really bring you nothing, and that could be a problem come postseason. So maybe they can figure out a way to play him. That'll be a huge boost for them defensively. And I love the energy Jackson Hayes bring. Luke Kennard, excellent pickup. He's a shooter. Definitely an upgrade over Cade Vincent, with all due respect. So,
fair.
Yeah, man, I think that they got a solid team for sure.
It's interesting right now, bro. If the postseason were to start today, they would play the Denver Nuggets. in the first round of the postseason, 3 versus 6.
Man.
Which is crazy.
Man, that would be an amazing series.
Yeah, Luka and Jokic going at it. Yeah, I can see it. I can see how that would be great, honestly. The matchups, man. DeAndre Ayton, what is he going to decide? You know, that's another question mark on a night-to-night basis. I do, to your point, give him credit for just allowing himself to fit into the role that the Lakers need him to be, but is he going to make that decision on a night-to-night basis consistently?
Yeah,
that's going to be another big thing for them.
For sure, I agree.
I think we set the table nicely for our contender pretender segment to kind of finish out the show, brother. If you want to get us started there.
Yeah, let's kick this thing off, man. Also, we got to start off with the Eastern Conference. You know, we're gonna say the best for last for sure. So yeah, let's go out east, man. Your territory. We're gonna do 1 through 8. We're gonna go down the list. Pretenders or contenders. Let's kick this thing off. Number 1, Detroit Pistons. Contender or pretender?
Contender with Cade. Contender with Cade. Pretender without Cade. That's my best way to put it.
I agree with that, my brother. Moving on. Number 2, the Boston Celtics. Pretender or contender?
Contender, yeah. Jason Tatum coming back. He doesn't even look like he's like necessarily needed, but he's there adding production. Yeah, I think the Celtics are in the driver's seat in the East.
I agree. They are definitely contenders. Jason Tatum has only elevated this team, and it shows. Number 3, the New York Knicks. Contenders or pretenders?
I'm going to go with contender. I think they are kind of hovering under the radar for my money this season. They doesn't feel like they have the pressure that they should, given the talent that they actually have on that roster. I think that's a good thing for New York and for the Knicks going into the postseason. So I'm going to go with contender.
Pretender for me, bro. The Knicks are fraudulent, bro. They are frauds. For sure, they're frauds.
You're not a Cat and Brunson fan?
No, bro. Liabilities, defensive liabilities, baby. But no, I know what they can do, but I just don't believe in them come postseason. I don't know why. Maybe they can change my opinion, maybe not. And that leads us to our next team, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Pretenders or contenders?
I'm gonna go pretenders, man. I'm gonna go pretenders. Thinking about them full scale, everybody healthy, they feel like contenders. Just haven't really seen it all this season, and they've been fluctuating up and down too much for me. I'm gonna go pretenders with Cavs.
I agree. Simple for me. I don't believe in James Harden in the postseason. Simple as that. Moving on to the next team, the Toronto Raptors, man. Interesting team right here. Contenders or pretenders?
They're a weird team. In the East, I think they are contenders, weirdly. But overall, I think they're pretenders. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel you. So basically, they are contenders, but you're not comfortably saying that, though.
Right. I think they can give basically anybody in the East a tough ass challenge, given the matchups they present.
I agree.
But are they going to beat a West? Like, are they going to beat the Spurs in a 7-game? I don't know. So does that make them not a contender? I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I think they are contenders, but at the same time, not really. It's like tiers to it. Like, yeah. I think Boston will be the only team for me, like in the top tier, and then everybody else kind of follows after them.
I do kind of agree with that. So does that mean that the rest of the East are just pretenders? Like, is that what that means? I guess it just depends how you look at it. But like you said, there are tiers, and Toronto is playing like above. Toronto, compared to their expectations, are playing better than the Cavs are compared to their expectations, if that makes sense. But no, I feel you. What about the Atlanta Hawks?
I'm gonna go Pretenders. I don't think that they're ready yet, but I see what they building. But I'm gonna go with Pretenders.
I do agree with you. The 11-game win streak is impressive. I think that they are taking advantage of what's in front of them. I think they will be dangerous in years to come with the little duo they're building there with Alexander Walker and JJ. But right now, no, I don't think they have it defensively, and I think that will show its colors in the postseason.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
Orlando
Magic, huh? Orlando. I'm gonna go with Pretenders, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I don't see this team. I was high on this team, you know that going to the season. You know, I literally just said this team is the biggest disappointment out of all teams this season for my money. So I might go with Pretenders on that.
Yeah, it's funny. We were just talking about the Magic and the Heat last week on the show, and who runs Florida basketball. They were on mean win streaks. They were playing really good both ways. And Orlando's lost 3 in a row, so they've kind of just sunk themselves right back down in a sense. And yeah, I think they're pretenders, man. No Franz, not healthy right now. It just doesn't seem to be adding up for the Magic this season.
Yep, best way to put it, man.
And the Miami Heat, they've also lost 3 in a row.
Pretenders for sure. I think it's time for them to break up Tyler Hero from their court because it seems like they kind of excels when he's not out there. Specifically, Bam. Yeah. I think it's just time to move on from.
Do they split those two up in the offseason? It'll be interesting to find out as well.
For my money, yes, sir, do it.
All right, brother.
For the East, moving out west, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, see.
Yeah. Yes.
Kind of obvious. I mean, it's OKC and the San Antonio Spurs are the only teams in the NBA to secure a playoff berth. They clinched the playoff berth. So
interesting.
Obviously, the Spurs and OKC are contenders, so no need to even down to those teams. Number 3, the Los Angeles Lakers, pretenders or contenders?
I'm going pretenders, man. No disrespect to D-Rab. Luka's playing out of his mind. I just think that that's a lot on Luka's shoulders. We're going down the same tunnel again with Luka, doing everything, 40-point nights, and it's great. But in a 7-game series, multiple playoff series in a row, I think it's gonna catch up to him.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, it's not specifically for your reason. Just when you look at the top dogs in the West, I don't think they can match up with them. Like athleticism, the speed, I don't think they can match up with OKC or San Antonio. Maybe Denver to an extent, maybe, but I go pretenders on that.
Yeah. D-Rab being funny.
We're watching the Lakers, bro. That's what we're watching. So the Minnesota Timberwolves, bro, pretenders or contenders?
I think if Ant is healthy, I think they're contenders, man. They got to iron out that Julius Randle shit. You just can't have him out there jacking up shots. But when he's playing with the right mindset, playing within his role, yeah, I think they can contend.
Yeah, Julius Randle be ball hogging out there. I mean, Rudy Gobert wants some touches too, bro. But I'd say contenders for sure. I agree. I love the addition of Ayo. I think they could definitely help them in the backcourt, another scorer, come up guard.
Yeah.
So next up we got the Houston Rockets, contenders or pretenders?
I'm going pretender. Yeah, for sure.
They ain't ready this year. It would have been a different story. Maybe they had Fred VanVleet and Steven Adams out there, but I've seen enough from them to be like they ain't ready this year. So you got to build up for this offseason.
I feel that. It doesn't seem like it's clicking. It just doesn't seem like it's clicking. And I will say this, man, it feels like that's been the last couple seasons for Kevin Durant and the teams that he's been on. Not saying it's his fault at all. Not at all. But you think about the Suns, you think about, his last couple ventures, they just have not clicked very well. And it kind of just speaks to chemistry and team building. But yeah, I think they're pretenders.
Yeah. Denver Nuggets.
I'm gonna go Contenders, man, because they have just a ton of talent. They have Jokic, MVP level player. But I feel like I'm like giving them the benefit of the doubt. Like I feel like I'm giving them like a pass. Like I feel like I'm not being as critical as I should be of their recent performances. But I do, in my heart, I feel like they're contenders. I do.
Jokic alone is good enough to say you'll always have a chance with just him on your team alone. He's just that good.
That's
Then
fair.
you got a guy like Murray, Batman, and Robin.
Yeah.
You always have a chance with those two on your team. So
That's
definitely
fair.
contender. Yeah. You got D-Rat having a lot of fun talking about really good bad touches, huh? Next up, we had the Phoenix Suns. Contenders or pretenders?
Pretenders, for sure.
Respectfully, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, respectfully. That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah. Despite them being the 7th seed. Lastly, the Los Angeles Clippers. Pretenders or contenders?
I'm gonna go pretenders, and it's only because Kawhi's questionable health all the time. But I almost want to say if Kawhi's healthy, they have a chance. Like I almost want to say that. It's not Jokic level by any means, but Kawhi, man, whenever he is on the court, he looks unstoppable. He looks like that.
He is unstoppable. Yeah. You can't stop him, bro. Trust me. I watched enough games with him, like my team. You just can't stop that dude.
It's if he stops himself, right? Like
it's like reverse psychology in a sense. Like most guys getting older, they tend to slow down, but with him, it's like he's getting better.
It's like his like when he has a great night, it's ridiculous. I don't know. You talk about Garland, you talk about Benedict Mathurin additions. They're youthful. They give a little bit different energy. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he's having a career year. Kawhi Leonard.
I can't call them a contender though.
I agree. I don't think they contenders, man. They still got ways to go, but I love the addition that they brought in at the trade deadline because you could build off that in the offseason. You know what you got to go out there and get to make you be a contender. You know, so I agree. I think
it changed their trajectory. To your point, like getting Mathurin and bringing in Darius Garland, two younger guys. You move off of James Harden, who is, obviously at the latter end of his career. It'll be interesting to see what they do with Kawhi. If Kawhi, wants to hang around there. I haven't looked too much into that of late, what the rumors are or anything, but we'll see if Kawhi sticks around in LA because they have a decent little baseline of a build around him. So,
Yep. But I guess that ends off the pretender or contender segment. I think both of our responses were pretty fair and reasonable. I think we agree for the most part.
There's some weird teams in both of these conferences. I think that's what it comes down to. Like when you get to the Toronto Raptors, it's like, can Scotty Barnes just magically take this playoff jump in the middle of the postseason, this coming postseason? Why not?
Yeah.
Can BI, like it's weird.
Or can a guy like Paulo or Desmond Bain go crazy in the playoff series,
Yeah. Even the Heat, right? Like we just watched Bam go for 83. Like if Bam gets hot, if Tyler Herro gets hot, if Norm gets hot.
Houston too, though. We don't believe in them, but what if Şengün and Amen Thompson just go nuts?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all just theories, though. We gotta see who's really about what. So yeah.
Who's your favorite three other teams outside of OKC? Who would round out your top four teams in the NBA right now? Thinking about playoffs, not power rankings, but like going into the postseason.
Okay, both conferences, right?
Yeah, both conferences included.
Boston, San Antonio. You said 4 more, right?
Just like one more to make that. I guess 4 more. Let's do a top 5. Yeah, go 4 more.
Outside of OKC, so
Yeah.
San Antonio, Boston,
Denver?
Yeah, Denver. They battle test. I know what they're about in the postseason. If I had to give you one more, I'm gonna go Minnesota, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's very fair. I think, man, it's the Cade Cunningham injury sucks. That shit sucks. Because we don't know how long he's going to be out with a collapsed lung. That just varies. You just never know how long it's going to take to recover. And like D-Rab was saying in the comments earlier, he's so young. He's a star. It's like you should be cautious with him as well, like for your future.
Yeah, like you wonder should he have even been playing against Washington anyway? You know,
right?
But
right.
that the 65 game rule play a part. You know, so.
Yo, that's a conversation for another show.
Yeah, we definitely gonna discuss it. Yeah.
It's impacting a lot of different players this season, and we're starting to see the downside of it, and I'm glad because it's a dumb rule. It's a dumb rule. We can look at the production that is given to us with however many games it is, and we can try to make our decisions based off that. It is a convo for another show because I know we both could get deep into that, but
yeah, it's just like we got to talk about the expansion too, though. I know you've seen the announcement of that.
Yeah, is it Las Vegas and Seattle?
Yeah, that's what the ongoing discussions is about. They're saying that Minnesota or Memphis would be on the way to the Eastern Conference if that were to happen. So
I was wondering that. Minnesota or Memphis? You know what? They should just move Memphis over. They should just move Memphis over because Memphis can come over in the East and actually compete compared to the West, where the Minnesota T-Wolves already have been having some success over there. But it's interesting, man. We could definitely discuss that in a future show, maybe in the off season, because how does that work? Like, do you take like one player off of each team to give to them? You know what I mean?
I don't know, bro. Like, I'm pretty sure they would free agency would go crazy for them, bro, because they could literally sign anybody.
They could sign whoever, right? Like that's how it works. And they would get like a top draft pick, I would guess.
That's a lottery pick for sure.
Yeah, throw them in the lottery. That's a good way to. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Trying to find ways to prevent young black men from getting rich.
Hey, preach. Preach, my brother. Preach.
Hey, happy Friday, all my brothers out there, especially my man Slim. I'm glad we got this show in, brother.
Yeah, it was good. Make sure you guys go to the TikTok, follow us on there. We plan on going live over there pretty soon. Yeah, we want to do it today, but the goal is to get over there and lock in for sure. But make sure you go follow TikTok at NBA to the Guys at Pod as we gear up for the postseason, man. It's literally right around the corner. We have less than 13 games left for the NBA season. Yeah, man, we're getting ready one day at a time. So yeah, appreciate everybody tapping in. Much love for D-Rab stopping by. We know how busy we got at it. Busy we got he is. You know, he hasn't stopped by in a long time. So shout out to him for coming through as always. Day one for real. He's been supporting the pod since we first started. So
yes, sir.
Shout out to him. Much love. And we'll definitely be back again next week.
Yes, sir.
We out. Peace.
Peace, everybody. Happy Friday. And see you next week, as my man Slim said, on TikTok.
Yes, sir.